From your bank, I would expect a line of credit of $50 million.
It's fraudulent.
Are you threatening us?
Just warning you.
Roscoe Hayward is the star of the party. You walk out the gate, clock starts. Tick, tick, tick.
Are you threatening a riot?
Promising.
No, we will not give in to a mob. I say that your affair with this woman takes precedence over the interests of this bank.
Last night on the Moneychangers.
It seems that I'm dying.
If I had a living son,
I'd be passing this bank on to him now, but that wasn't to be. So who do I turn it over to? Jerry Patterson's retiring, and that leaves the other two senior executive vice presidents, Roscoe Hayward and Alex Vandervoort.
it's going to be one hell of a power fight at the bank.
Oh, between you and Roscoe Hayward.
What was that? About you being president for the bank?
It's a strong possibility.
I surrender.
Listen to me, Celia. It's your husband.
What's wrong? Stop it. Please stop it. Look, Celia, now stop it. Control your...
What would happen if she learns that her husband divorced her and remarried?
It could possibly, probably, drive her over the brink into a totally demented state.
You can't divorce her.
What does that do to you?
Oh, I love you and sleep with you and cook soup for you.
Miles,
Thank you. Yes, Juanita, what can I do for you?
there's some money missing from my cash truck.
How much?
$6,000.
Then what do you suppose happened to the money?
I didn't take the money, and I'm sick of these questions.
Well, you're going to get a damn sight sicker before the FBI is finished.
I'm getting damn sick of these Gestapo tactics, Wainwright.
Easton, I've asked you, now I'm telling you. Butt out. Get the money out of her cash truck. Go on.
I just took it.
I think that's cute.
I will not have the money. He is out of order. I took the money. I'm guilty.
And when I get out, come see me, Jules LaRocca, 7-7 Club. Come here.
What is it?
You sweetening. You just got yourself a daddy. Welcome to Drummondburg, lover boy.
Gonna hunt you like a pack of dogs. No let up. And what you need is somebody to put a little fear in them. Who? You're looking at him.
How would you feel about a tie-up between FMA and George Quartermain's outfit?
Supernational? Be quite a feather in anyone's cap.
Be a whole damn war about it.
Hey, believe me, man, you ain't gonna mess with me.
All right, that's it.
Say what?
I said let the boy go.
You wouldn't want to cut your buddy, would you?
All right, what's going on here?
Are you all right?
Blood pressure a little high, but otherwise okay.
Alex, this is Dan Euphrates, the deacon. He's president of the Tenants Association.
Thanks.
You can thank him a lot better by building more projects down
My
here.
resolution of the year.
Well, Mr. Vice President, if you don't, just remember, there are a lot of little kids growing up all the time, growing up to be like the ones you just met.
Thanks, Deacon.
Yeah. They're getting bigger and stronger and hating the world every morning they wake up.
Now, you all know as well as I do, gentlemen, the duty of a bank is to make money for itself and its shareholders. So how do we achieve maximum profit? I tell you how we don't. We don't become involved in projects which are either financially unsound or tie up bank funds at low rates of yield for many years.
Such as Forum East.
Are we back to that again?
Happens to be the most perfect illustration of what we should avoid. Banks cannot be charitable institutions. Let the government finance low-cost housing. The function of a bank is to seek out the most favorable situation with the highest return. That's Sir's business.
Pure and simple.
It's not that pure. It was far from simple. Look, I've said it before and I'll keep on saying it. I disagree. The function of a bank is to help you.
Please, this is not what we're here for.
You're right, Jerry, you're right. Sorry. But while we're talking of potential lost revenue, the subject of this meeting fits right in. The counterfeiting of credit cards is costing us millions, and our chief of security seems incapable of doing anything about it.
Now, you hired Wainwright, Alex. Has he given you any idea when he might get a breakthrough?
He's doing his best. And for me, that's the best there is.
That's not an answer.
The answer, gentlemen, is that he doesn't know when he'll get a breakthrough.
Oh, so meanwhile we just sit and continue to lose millions to counterfeiters. Calculated at the current rate, our key charge loss will come to $10 million a year.
You know what I feel? Well, since you're famous for blunt talk, I'll be blunt. I feel you don't give a damn for the whole concept of key charge.
That's ridiculous. All right, Roscoe, what's your solution? Fire Nolan Wainwright?
You're putting words into my mouth.
Then you're not saying that.
Yes, damn it, fire him. We're bankers, not social workers. Fire him.
Are you questioning his integrity?
I'm questioning his competence.
Yeah.
What you mean is that I'm guilty of reverse prejudice. Hiring minorities and backing them up no matter how inefficient they are.
Yes, and I should think that's pretty obvious to everybody. Your passion for Forum East, your bleeding hearts for minorities, and your sympathy for left-wingers.
Left-wingers?
I'm referring to that lady lawyer.
I don't think we should go on in this vein.
It's okay, Jerome. Go on. Tell the gentlemen how they may have a communist running this bank.
Oh, Alex, you can't make it go away by reducing it to an absurdity.
And you're not going to make Nolan Wainwright go away by running at me.
Then you wouldn't mind if we put him to a vote of confidence.
It wouldn't change my confidence. So if you'll excuse me.
I don't think we need any vote of confidence.
What we need is a limit, Jerome. We need results.
This lady lawyer, this friend of his, isn't a real commie, is she?
She's real enough for me.
You know the kind of people she defends.
Sometimes I wish I was still an upstate cop.
Yeah, sometimes I do, too.
Well, that's nice to hear.
You should have been in that boardroom, or the quiet rumble of a volcano. Haven't you got anything?
Working with informants. That's dicey all the way.
What do you mean?
Snitches feel in danger from both sides. So they hate both sides. If that's not enough, they hate themselves. Personally, I can't stand to look at him, but he's all I've got.
He's not stringing you along.
Probably is. Start to roll that way.
Damn it. What kind of pressure can we use? And what if you told him you're going to pull the plug?
Oh, he'd fade, disappear. Try something else in another town.
And if you don't come up with a break soon, that board's going to fade you to another town. There'll be nothing I can do about it.
Sorry, Alex. I know what's happening. Backing up on you.
Comes with the territory.
I'll give it my best.
Nolan, better than best. If you don't bring me flowers, our honeymoon's going to come to a screeching halt. The rumor's true.
Oh,
They're
beautiful.
not talking about Forum East being scuttled.
No, just amputated here and there.
You're bitter, I'm bitter. If you pass it on to them, you're lighting a fuse. I haven't quit. I'm not going to.
Do you really have a chance?
As long as they don't lock me out of the boardroom.
Roscoe Haywood would just love to do that.
No matter what I think of him personally, Roscoe's no fool. The bank needs what he's arguing for, high-yield, short-term situations.
Good for the coupon clippers.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Trouble is, it's hard to make the board see that we need other situations.
Meanwhile, back in the ghetto, they're waiting. As usual, they're waiting.
Margot, wish you weren't mixed up in this.
They really don't have anybody else.
They trust you, huh?
There are a few kamikaze pilots I think we can keep on the ground for a while. Still want to be president?
Damn right. I'll not be sitting behind a desk with a rubber stamp in my hand.
Man, we want some answers.
To think us right, man. What about the store?
Order, please be quiet, or we'll just forget the whole meeting and everybody go home.
You know, that's the trouble. Some of us ain't got a home to go to.
Man, take it easy, Dean. Hey, Deacon, you a big man around here. What's the answer?
Answer?
Hey, forgot the question.
Hey, now you watch that over there. Hey, the question is, are we just gonna sit around here and let them cut down on the Foreign East Housing Project like it says here in the paper, or what?
All this article says is that it's a rumor. Rumor, repeat. Rumor has it that due to a temporary shortage of long-term fundings, FMA's Pet Downtown Project Foreign East will be in for some paring. Now, folks, all that means...
People should understand that.
Please be quiet. We can't accomplish anything acting like a mob.
Okay, lady lawyer, why don't you tell us what we can accomplish by being nice and polite?
We don't have to be nice and polite.
We got to be something.
That's right.
Listen, all we're doing is dealing with a rumor that says there's a temporary shortage of...
Garbage, ladies. You don't believe that.
Hey, lady, I'll tell you what temporary means. Permanent.
I know what you're thinking, and you could be right. You're thinking that the renewal of the project has been stalled because the bank is looking for better long-term investment. And if they find it, then Forum East is down the tubes.
You got it.
Okay, and I've got a plan, and we can move that bank off the dime with a whole new kind of demonstration, and it won't be violent.
Nice and polite again.
Listen, all I'm asking for is some time to find out if this rumor is true, and if it is, what the bank is going to do for a fact.
And if it is, Vax...
And we'll do something.
Like what?
I can't tell you right now until I'm sure. But all I'm saying is please, please don't do anything foolish.
Wade.
All right. You got the ball, Mr. Bracken.
No, I got it.
Dink, listen to the lady.
No, you listen to me. Listen to me, all of you. Now, most of you live here in this housing project. You can afford to wait and let the bank take its own sweet time. But what about the rest of us on the waiting list, huh? I mean, I've got a sick kid all damn winter and no way to keep the place warm. So I'm telling you here and now, there ain't no way that I'm gonna be out there walking up and down with some damn little sign.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Look, lady, a lot of us are hurting. So we're just gonna put part of that hurt on somebody else. Now you tell them that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Tell him about it. That's right.
Dinker, your kid's gonna be a lot sicker if you're in jail.
Make it good.
I will. But please, give me a chance. I want your word you'll wait until you hear from me. I say, okay, we wait.
You work for the bank.
You think I don't care about new housing?
Okay, back off, man. Okay, I'll wait. But for just a little while.
Second the motion. What about you, Bobby? We wait? Eddie, we wait? Huh? Yeah. We wait, everybody? Yeah, we wait. All right. We wait.
Over here.
Over here.
You're drunk.
Getting there. A man's got to relax after work.
You been doing any work?
It's not easy, Wainwright. These dudes got eyes in the back of their heads.
My eyes are in front, and they tell me you're doing nothing. Look, I'm getting a ton of pressure about these phony key charge cards. The man who hired me is getting pressure. You better come up with something.
They're good. Whoever's making them's an expert.
I know that.
So I'm getting closer. But look, friend, it takes time. And to get real close, money.
If you're stringing me out, I'll...
You couldn't get anybody to take my place for $1 million.
100.
That'll get me close.
Not close there. All the way. Names, places, everything.
I'll try.
No, you won't. You'll do it. Because if this key charge thing isn't cracked, I go, and that's the end of the money. You got 24 hours.
Don't give me a time limit.
24 and counting.
I'm close, I really am, but I can't push my luck too fast.
And here.
Do you know what they do to snitches?
What's sake? Okay if I talk to him?
Talk to him about what?
Doing him a favor.
Nobody else does him favors, you understand?
I know, Carl, I know. Listen, I'm walking out next week, and someday he'll be getting out, too. I'm sorry, man, but it'll be years for you. Well, wouldn't it make you happy knowing somebody's there to help him when he gets out?
Okay, you can talk to him. But you stay right there where I can see you. You understand? And don't touch him.
Oh, no, man, no.
And don't get too close.
Hey, you're the boss, Carl. Whatever you say. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Carl says it's okay.
Okay, what is it?
Got a message for you.
From who?
My people. I'll be seeing them soon, you know.
Yeah.
So it's this way. Like I told you, they really appreciate you keeping your mouth shut at the trial for that Puerto Rican foreign.
You don't have to call it that.
Whatever. Hey, look, kid. You keep your nose clean, you're out of here. But when you are, clock starts again.
The loan.
$6 grand. Now, I want to be able to tell my friends you're good for it, you understand?
I've been trying to think of a way.
I got a way. Like I told you that first day. Come see me, remember?
Yeah, I remember a place on Tyler Street, right?
You got it.
7-7 Club.
Still there, still operating. Now just remember, you walk out the gate, clock starts. Tick, tick, tick. But you can pay back. That's what I'm gonna tell him. Right?
Don't have much choice, do I?
No, man. None at all.
Dead guy is your man. When's the last time you saw him?
Oh, 8 weeks ago, middle of April.
Where?
Right near 7-7 Club across town.
Did you hear from him after that?
He said he'd have something for me in 24 hours. I thought he'd skipped.
Got any idea where he lived?
No.
How well did you know him?
No, not too well.
Junkie?
No, saucehead.
I should warn you. What's left of this guy isn't pretty. That your man? What was he doing for you?
A lot of phony key charge cards around. He was trying to find out who was passing them.
I hope you made it worth his while. Before they killed him, I gave him a little goodbye party.
What do you mean?
have to.
Thank you.
Can't go first class. Don't go.
Rather than the Waldorf salad, I think the Caesar. And for dessert, instead of the glace Martinique, the soufflé Grand Marnier.
Oui, monsieur. Entendu.
Mr. Hayward and Mr. Austin, sir. Welcome aboard.
Great pleasure, Mr. Hayward.
It's nice of you to have us, Mr. Quartermain.
Let's make that Roscoe and George. I always like to get my golfing pigeons on a first-name basis. Harold, how nice to see you.
Oh, it's good to see you.
Those boys of yours did a marvelous job on the distillery promotion.
Oh, thanks, George. I'll tell the boys.
Yes, please do. First-rate team out there.
Well, we think so at FMA.
Yeah. You must forgive my informality. I was just about to have a sauna and a rub-down before lunch.
You mean you have a sauna? On the plane?
Well, we try to make all travel as pleasant as possible. It's the only way to fly. You both join me, won't you?
Oh, that sounds good to me.
Good, good. Roscoe?
Well, no, I think no, thanks.
Oh, well, anything more that we can do to make you comfortable. Oh, which reminds me, Moonbeam?
Yes, sir, Mr. Q.
Still can't get her tongue around Quartermain. Always calls me Mr. Q.
Gentlemen, these are your stewardesses.
I'm Avro, and my job on this trip is to take care of you exclusively and to make sure that you have everything that you want.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Mr. Quartermain, the refueling is over and the pilot requests permission to take off.
Well, tell him he's got it. Let's go. You sure you won't change your mind?
Well, thank you very much. I think I'd rather just sit here and enjoy the inactivity.
Yes, it must have been quite a rat race after Ben Roselli died.
It's been difficult, yes.
We're still in an interim situation, George, but by next fall, a good many of us on the board expect to see Roscoe firmly in the driver's seat.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear it. I always like to deal with people at the top. Ready?
I've been ready since last time.
Did you know there was a rumor in the street that we might be doing business together?
Sinatco and FMA?
Did your people plant it?
Well, no, I can tell you I didn't.
Or perhaps you should have. FMA is selling at 45 3/4. 3 points up just on the rumor. Oh, and don't be nervous if you think the plane is going the wrong direction. We're just stopping off at Washington long enough to pick up by Stonebridge.
Stonebridge? The Secretary-Treasurer pro tem?
Well, as I told you, I like dealing with people at the top.
May I get you a drink before takeoff?
Oh, yes, please. I think I'd like a lemonade. Okay?
Plain lemonade?
Yes, there's not too much trouble.
Nothing is too much trouble as far as you're concerned, Mr. Hayward. As I told you, I'm here to see that you have everything that you want. It's my job and my pleasure.
putting for my bird, right?
Par, Harold.
That's right, Roscoe. Keep an eye on those two. An appetizing man and a politician. Accuracy isn't exactly a natural habit with them.
It's nothing personal, George. Just that in our line, we're required to win. By any means.
I knew we should have been running an independent check on the score.
Oh, I've been keeping track. On one, George and Bi had 4s, Harold a 6, and I a bogey. We all had pars on 2, except for Bi with that fantastic birdie. Of course, Harold and I had net birds 2. Everyone held par on 3, except for Harold, who had another 7. The 4th hole, now let's see, there was 4s for George and me, a 5 for Bi, and a 7 for Harold. Of course, the last hole was a real disaster for Harold, but his partner came through with a bird, and so we're all even.
I'll be damned. That's my partner. Roscoe, I'm beginning to like you a lot. It isn't a question of if, but when the American economy will collapse.
I'm not convinced it has to.
Oh, you can be honest, Stonebridge. We're among friends.
I think that we can avert a collapse.
Ah, can, but won't. Socialism, which is spending money you don't have and never will, is too deep-rooted. So there comes a point when the government runs out of credit. And don't tell me it can't happen, because it happened to the city of New York. The only difference being that when it happens to the whole country, we got no mama to run to. There's an inevitable sequence here. First, democracy, solid, effective. Then, socialism. Mild at first, but increasing as people find out they can vote themselves goodies, which they can't, because the money is wildly spent on giveaway schemes hatched by tin pot demagogues who want nothing more than to vote themselves another term of office. So we have financial ruin and anarchy. And then the man on the white horse rides in.
You really believe that?
Well, we will have financial collapse, all right. My people give it 9 years more. But we won't have anarchy as long as some of us with intelligence think ahead. I believe we can save ourselves from anarchy by a cartel of multinational companies, such as mine, acting with the strong arm of the military. Ladies.
Well, how do you feel?
Oh, Harold.
Great. Good.
Abro. Could you try to persuade Roscoe to have something a little more lively than tomato juice?
Well, I'm not sure that Mr. Hayward likes me.
Oh, on the contrary, Mr. Hayward finds her charming.
There you are.
You have strong hands. And a very long lifeline. Excuse me.
I think you're giving that girl an inferiority complex. If she doesn't turn you on, you understand? I'd be delighted to send Moonbeam to you. Man just wouldn't believe the tricks that little lotus blossom knows.
Look, George, I am enjoying your company immensely, and I would like to have you as a friend. But I must say there are certain areas in which our ideas differ. Slightly.
What areas?
I'm talking about morals.
Well, you go to your church, and I'll go to mine. Soup's on. Everybody. You have a delightful treat waiting for you. Lovely. Oh, Roscoe, there's an intercom button just over your bed. If you should happen to become lonely sometime during the night, just press it.
Oh.
Hey, listen, there's a first-rate casino in town, if anybody feels lucky. Or would you rather we keep the party intimate?
Oh, no, let's all just stay here.
Well, it's fine by me. Anybody else? That's it, then. We stay right here. We'll be intimate. Thank you very much, Enrico. Fausto, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're on your own.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Here we go.
Hey, look, there it goes!
Oh, no. Do another color. Do another color. Anyway, don't you see screws down? Supposed to use cream? Can you use cream? Put cream in there. Hey. Oh, no. Do another color. Do another color. Anyway, don't you see screws down? Supposed to use cream? Can you use cream? Put cream on the
Enjoying yourself, Roscoe?
Oh, excuse me. I'm not used to these things. It's a different world.
I take it that your bank would like a little of Sinatka's business.
Well, the thought had occurred to us, depending, of course, on what your plans are.
Well, right now, I'm expanding Sinatka's foreign communications holdings. A buying control of small key telephone and broadcasting companies all around the world. But more than that, communications will be most vital in the kind of industrial military liaison we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
If and when worse comes to worse.
Yes, I see.
From your bank, I would expect a line of credit of $50 million, at prime, of course.
50 million.
Too rich for your blood?
No. What I'd have to review is our bank's legal limitation under federal law.
What's the problem?
Well, I'm referring to the fact that no bank can lend more than 10% of its capital and paid in surplus to a single debtor.
Oh, hell, Roscoe, there are ways around that.
Yes, I'm perfectly well aware that there are ways and means.
Well, the way to beat that regulation is to split up the loan among our subsidiaries, and we'll reallocate it when and as we need.
Yes, it could be done that way.
Roscoe, if 50 mil is more than you people can handle, just say so. No hard feelings. I'll give it to Chase Manhattan.
No. It's not too large. Not too large, believe me.
All right, now, what am I offering for a runny 12-layered Boost Cafe?
12 and a half cents.
Oh, that Icarus, baby, you're trying to fly too close to the sun.
I want to swim.
Well, what's stopping you?
Nothing, darling. Absolutely nothing.
Hey, it's marvelous. Come in.
Last one into Dirty Mary. Let's go.
All right, come on. You're gonna beat me.
I'm gonna beat you.
Oh, you're right.
Will you do the honors?
Honest?
My zipper.
Oh. Right. Excuse me. I'm sorry, it seems to be a bit...
Here. I'll show you. You gonna come with me? I'll see you later.
Hey, here she comes. Look.
Hey, girls, anybody see George?
I'm not much one for swimming myself. Although, once in a while, when a man is among friends, it's nice to let yourself go.
Yes. Well, if you don't mind, I think I'll turn in.
Oh, Roscoe. In case you change your mind, it's the intercom button on the right.
Good night.
Yes.
It's me.
I'll be right there, darling.
Sorry, Juno. Gentlemen, let's proceed. What's of special interest today is our new account with Supranational Corporation, or as it's more popularly known, Sonatco. Personally, I'm delighted with the terms negotiated and strongly recommend approval. For background or any questions on the loan, I'll turn this over to Roscoe Hayward, who's responsible for bringing this new, important business to the bank.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Well done. Well done.
Well, thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. In Appendix B of your blue folders, you'll find a summary of the assets and projected profits of Sonatco. And as you can see, the figures are excellent. Thank you.
I don't think we have any need for discussion or questions. I think we are witnessing a masterstroke of business for the bank, and I propose approval.
I second. Proposed and seconded. Are we ready to vote?
No, not yet. What's the matter, Alex? Wouldn't you like to have brought this deal into the bank?
Mr. Speary, there's no way that I would have brought this deal before the board.
All right, Alex, you've got the floor. What do you find wrong with this deal?
Almost everything.
Well, let's hear some specifics.
Okay. One, there's too much commitment to a single account. It's not only an ill-advised concentration of risk, but in my opinion, it's fraudulent under Section 23A of the Federal Reserve Act.
I object to that word fraudulent.
Objection doesn't change the facts.
Look, read the material. The full commitment is not only to Sonatco itself, but to its subsidiaries. The allocations are specifically spelled out in the material. Read it.
Roscoe, you know as well as I do that once the bank's money is in any of these subsidiaries, George Quartermain can and will move it around any way he wants.
Oh, now, hold everything. Now, George Quartermain is a good friend of mine. I won't sit here quietly while he's accused of bad faith.
Spare us the false indignation. In the first place, you're not that close to Quartermain. What I'm talking about is a fact of life. We're really lending to a single entity. What we're trying to do, gentlemen, is circumvent the law.
It's a matter of interpretation. Let's vote.
I'm not finished yet.
You might be a damn sight closer to finished than you know.
Be that as it may, I've got the floor. And I've got something else to say, gentlemen, and you better hear it loud and clear.
Gentlemen, please, please. Go ahead.
Since the negotiations of the loan started, our trust department has purchased 123,000 shares of Sonatco stock, which I'm sure was agreed to as a condition of the loan.
That's a deliberate distortion.
The purchase isn't a distortion.
Your interpretation is Sonatco's an excellent investment.
Suddenly it's a good investment? Well, I hope the SEC takes that view, because I'm warning you all that what is happening may be in contravention of the Glass-Steagall Act of 1933, and that directors can be held responsible.
Are you threatening us?
Just warning you. If you ratify the Sonatco loan with all its ramifications, you'll regret it.
Is that all?
Just one more thing, Jerome. The fact is that a commitment of that kind of money to Sonatco will call for a reduction of our housing commitment to Forum East. And if we do that, I'm going to tell you, and I have it on reliable authority, that it's going to cause big trouble in the downtown area.
The Forum East project is open for reassessment. We're voting on the Sonatco loan.
Record my vote is against.
If there's no further discussion, we'll record a vote. Austin?
Aye.
Hayward? Aye. Sperry?
Aye.
Then it's done.
All that's left is to tie a ribbon around it.
And when do you think that they will announce it?
Should be on the 11 o'clock news.
After all the promises.
Did what I could by going up against a pansy division.
Those people thought you'd get them the housing.
Well, so did I. The Sonatco loan is cutting the guts out of a half a dozen other projects.
Forum East didn't have its guts cut out. It got killed.
Yeah. Maybe their grandchildren will get new housing.
Is there nothing that you can do?
Well, what can I do?
Convene the board. Ask them to reconsider. Use your influence.
The truth is, I don't have any. Roscoe Hayward is the star of the party.
Well, maybe Quartermain bribed him.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, the board certainly wouldn't think he was much of a hero if they knew that.
Counselor, tell me what would happen if I went before the board with such an accusation and not one single bit of hard evidence.
None at all.
None.
There's absolutely no hope?
I better get down to the housing project myself and explain what's happened.
That wouldn't be wise.
I gotta give them the facts.
It's dangerous.
Well, somebody's gotta let them know what's happened.
I will. I'll bring them the word very clearly. Hello, Sam. It's Stu's time. Oh, come on now. Don't give me any violins. Look, I don't want to go into this on the phone. Suppose I meet you in the usual place in about 2 hours? Well, I can tell you for openers, I'm going to need about 1,000 of your members. People. I need people, Sam. Well, just take a pill. It'll pass. I'll tell you everything when I see you. All right. Sam, thank you. Now I owe you.
Are they with us?
Solid.
Tell me, where did you get this idea?
Oh, it's not all that brilliant. It's just pure, simple logic.
We've got our captain set.
Good. You got written instructions for all the people that need them?
Yeah. You know the police ain't gonna like this.
They're going to go crazy when they see it happening.
Let them. It's legal. Just let them try one single roust.
You've got that covered too, huh?
All the way in living color.
All right, people. Let me have your attention. You can go home now, but we will be in touch.
Yeah, but when? Yeah, just be ready, huh?
Cards, please. Keep them in your pockets and don't show them to anyone or we'll blow the whole thing. Okay?
Okay, come on, everybody. Let's
Good
go.
night, everybody.
Okay, see you.
Hey, Chucho, I see you down at the bodega after, okay? Luis, I need you at the bodega. Come on.
Look, it ain't gonna work. I mean, they're just gonna think up something to fix us.
There is nothing they can do.
What about your man, Mr. Vice President?
He doesn't know anything and he isn't going to.
If he does, he's coming looking for you with a gun.
I wouldn't bet on it, Deacon. Come on, let's get on the phone. We haven't even started with the money. That's 5 each.
Something's funny.
No, you care about Forum East, don't you?
Well, honey, we don't have nothing to do with that.
Well, you've got friends.
What do you mean? Yeah, we got friends.
I mean, friends that would like to live in the Forum East high-rises when they're built. And they're going to be.
Be dead before that happens.
No, not if you listen to me. And you tell your friends, and they'll get $5 each, too.
All right, now, Bled, I'm laying $5 on you.
Hey, who you, Santa Claus?
You see a white beard?
Okay, what I gotta do?
No wine, women, or song. Just use it when the time comes.
What time is that?
Time, I'll tell you when. First, Rudy, pass out the $5.
So you see, Jim, the way it is if you don't show, I'll break your arm.
Oh, sure.
How about me, man? I can use 5.
First, you got to be of age.
And second, I don't like you saying you can use it. Nobody uses this bread for nothing but the main bout.
Where's this money coming from?
Yeah, I see Dick's passing it out over there, too.
It's all legal, and it's all accounted for.
Anybody with this kind of money's got to be the man.
No, it is not the man. We are going to do it to the man.
Do it? To who? Don't jive us, girl.
No, read these instructions on this card, and you'll see that I am not jibing you.
You're talking about spending a lot of time.
You got a job, man?
Nope.
You?
I got a chance at one next month.
Anybody? Okay, then we're all available. In short legs, you run the coffee and soup.
Oh, man, that's for women.
Hey, did you get your face on TV?
What you saying? Hey, it's true, son. You be there when the time comes, and the whole city will see your face on the news. Maybe the country.
One thing.
What's that?
How much I get paid?
It's for love, brother. And hate.
Mrs. Dorsey? Mrs. Dorsey, have you looked out the window yet by any chance?
No, why? Should I?
I think you should.
What on earth? All those people. Hundreds.
That might be the underestimation of the year, Mrs. Dorsey. Someone went outside just now and said the line extends halfway across Roselli Plaza. And more people are joining it all the time.
Well, did anyone ask them what they all want?
To open accounts.
All of them?
Yes.
There must be 300 I can see right from here. We never had that many new accounts in a single day.
Better get in touch with security, get Mr. Wainwright over here.
And the city police.
Right.
And, pull the drapes.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
They, seem peaceful enough.
Peaceful or not, there must be some motive behind their all coming here at the same time.
Forum East. That's who they are. That's why they're here.
Should we delay opening the bank until the extra guards get here?
No. No, we'll open as usual on time. Please, everyone, get back to work. Hello, this is Edwina Dorsey. Has Mr. Vanderwood come in yet? Look, when he does... No, never mind. He'll be able to see for himself.
While I'm here, man, I think I'm gonna have me some fun.
I'd like to open up an account in this bank, if you please. Right over here. You too? You too?
I take it this is the new accounts department.
Yes, sir.
Well, then I guess I'm in the right place.
Yes, sir. Okay, your name, please.
John J. Dinkerwell.
Beg your pardon.
Dinkerwell. It's an old Southern name.
Address.
5332 Wilson. That's apartment C.
Okay. Occupation.
Pimp. Well, ain't you gonna put it down?
Mr. Castleman?
There seems to be a lot of space down there for it. It's only a four-letter word. P-I-M-P. Pimp.
Mr. Castleman, please?
Girl, what's wrong with you? Don't tell me this bank discriminates.
Oh, no, sir.
Well, then. Look, I know most banks require a minimum of $50 for a savings account and $100 for a checking account. But as your ads have said, no amount is too small, right?
Well, First Mercantile wishes to encourage small savings.
So you're looking at one. And you still haven't put down my occupation yet.
Mr. Castleman, please.
Excuse me, lady, but could you run that by me again about the interest and the withdrawals and all that jive? I mean, I don't seem to quite got it.
Well, Mr. Humphrey.
No, Humphrey. Humphrey Lopez. You keep making the same mistake.
Humphrey. Well, Mr. Lopez, conforming with government regulation, interest accrues.
Deacon to the General.
I read you.
We are in the hen house.
That's at 10-4, Deacon.
You order, General.
Yes, as a matter of fact. I don't want to put it on the radio because we have absolutely no idea who's listening. Tell Deacon not to call up any more volunteers for the time being. And he can start relieving some of the people in the line, but no more than 50 at a time. And then remind them to come back here and collect their lunches. And wait, about those lunches. Absolutely no litter in Roselli Plaza. Not a single cup, not a single napkin. Nothing. And I don't want them to take any food or drinks into that bank. Understood?
I gotta get up to the front of the line. I'll wait when I have to. I gotta get up there. Let me up to the front of the line. I gotta get in here. No, I don't have to go to the end of the line. I got a bank account. I'm gonna go in.
Sir, I must ask you to go to the end of the line.
Look, I've done business at this bank for 10 years.
End of the line, please.
No strong-arm man is gonna tell me to... Chief of Security. Look, the end of the line is all the way across the plaza. I'm carrying over $1,500 in cash.
Well, anybody tries to rip you off couldn't pick a worse place.
End of the line. I could get sunstroke or die of starvation before I get in there.
All right, all right. All right. Let's be quiet.
Right this way. You come? Okay. Little file.
For deposits and withdrawals, if you wish to open new accounts, these girls at the desks in that area will help you.
Never. We'll never be able to process all these people today.
10 to 15 minutes to open a new account. Our girls can't work at top speed all day.
We need more clerks. Maybe we can bring some over from the branch at Alvis.
And where would we put them? Come with me. Excuse me. Excuse me, just a minute.
Let the lady through, please.
Thank you. That's enough people in the bank.
All right, hold it. That's all for now. Hold it.
Just, you'll be next.
Hold everyone else outside, letting a few in as others leave, with the exception of our regular customers.
Mrs. Dorsey, some of the customers we'll recognize, but a lot we won't. We got so many in here in the course of a day, it'd be impossible to recognize them all.
And another thing, I've been out there. Anyone tries to crash this line, why, these people won't stand for it. Playing favorites could start a riot.
Alex? Oh, Alex. I'm cracking up.
You're quiet, eh? Could I have your attention for a moment, please? I'm an executive of this bank. And could somebody tell me why you've all come here today?
Yeah, we're opening accounts. Anything wrong with that?
Of course not.
Our money's as good as anybody else, isn't it?
Yeah. But there must be some reason why you've all come here together.
If you please. You could say that we're all from Forum East, Mr. Vice President.
Oh, I remember you. You outranked me, Mr. President. President of the Tenants Association.
That's right.
Mrs. Dorsey, our bank manager.
Is that a fact?
Yes, and they're getting to be more of us every day. I hope you believe in equality for women, Mr.
Euphrates, Deacon Euphrates, I sure do believe in that. And a lot of other things.
Well, is it the other things that bring you here today?
You might say what we're doing is an act of hope.
Act of hope?
It seems like this bank doesn't have enough money to help Forum East get built. So what we're doing is bringing all the money that we poor folks can raise to help this bank during this time of trouble.
Righteous. And ain't that good neighboring for sure?
That's a lot of nonsense. This bank is not in trouble.
Then why'd they do what they did to Forum East? Yeah, why'd they do it?
The bank's position was perfectly clear in its announcement. It's just a question of priorities. Furthermore, the bank has said that it hopes to resume full financing at a later date.
Jeffrey to the news.
However it looks to you, the fact is we are here to put money into your bank.
Well, that's what you mean by an act of hope.
We figure that when you realize how we feel, maybe you'll change your mind.
And if we don't?
We'll find more people, more bits of money.
And bring the business of this bank to a standstill.
We have more good souls coming here today, tomorrow, and the day after.
That's blackmail.
Just to open up new accounts, of course. We just want to help this poor bank.
Yeah, feel sorry for it.
Of course, now, a lot of these people who are putting in their money today may have to take it out tomorrow or the day after or next week. You see, most of these folks don't have so much that they can leave their money in the banks. But just as soon as we can, we'll be back and put it in again. We aim to keep you busy.
That, Mr. Euphrates, is abundantly clear.
All right. We'll expect you to keep this place orderly inside and out.
Naturally, my friends and I intend to cooperate.
Mr. Wainwright will give you the directions on how many people can stay at one time and where the waiting line should stay outside.
We do hope you'll be fair.
What does that mean?
Oh, we're customers like anyone else. We don't expect any others to receive any special treatment. Anyone arriving, no matter who, has to go to the back of the line. I do hope it'll be done just that way, because if it isn't, it'll be a clear case of discrimination. And explaining that to some of those young men out there may be hard to do.
Are you threatening a riot?
Promising.
Mr. Vandervoort, can you give the press a statement, please?
Well, I haven't had a chance to assess the situation.
He did threaten the riot, didn't he?
Oh, I'm sure there wasn't any meaning to that.
What will this affect the bank?
Look, FMA is perfectly capable of controlling a hoax like
What about
yours
your
for now.
executives? Have you told them?
Look, we'll discuss it with the executives. There'll be no problem, I assure you.
Think you'll be open tomorrow?
By tomorrow, we'll have a
Have you had a security problem?
None whatsoever.
Excuse me. I've got to take out some lunch money.
I forgot something. 25 cents.
We've got to get them arrested.
For making a withdrawal?
But if by some miracle some of our regular customers should get in, they won't be able to get to the tellers.
Alex, just found this on the floor.
Written instructions, questions to ask.
Conspiracy.
I better keep this.
You know, the board might try restoring funds to Forum East.
Yeah, I'd like to see that, too.
No one can get in to do regular banking business, wall-to-wall demonstrators.
Let's make something clear. They're not demonstrators. They're customers, and that's the whole problem.
All right, what do you suggest?
Jerome, you already know what I suggest.
No, we are not knuckling under. We're committed to Sonatco. That's it. We voted.
To pull the rug out from under Forum East. There's still time to put it back.
You never give up, do you?
You're probably delighted with what's happening. Vindication.
What I am is embarrassed and offended to see the bank placed in the position that it's in. I believe that what's been happening could have been foreseen. That is, some response, some opposition to betraying those people.
Everything I hated, and I told you so.
But he did, Harold.
What we have to do is make repairs and fast.
Oh, so you would give in?
But that's immaterial. The real question is, were we right or wrong in sacrificing the Forum East housing project to Sonatco?
We were right.
But if we were wrong, we should have second thoughts.
Second thoughts or not, if we back down now, we'll all look pretty foolish.
We should have the courage to admit our errors.
We're committed.
I suggest, Jerome, that backing down might lose its face with some people, but will look awfully good to millions.
Courage, you say? Courage to admit our errors. That's what you said. Well, I say that if we're involved with courage here, you're not showing any. What you're doing is refusing to stand up to a mob.
Joe.
The Indian Hill branch. Everybody with $5.
Now, we will not give in to a mob.
Stop sounding like a small-town sheriff.
Those people at the downtown branch aren't a mob. Every report has made that clear.
Gentlemen, where did all these people get $5?
You think a union's supplying the money?
Yes. We all know how banks feel about unions. Like a snake feels about a mongoose. I say if we stand in cement because of pride, gentlemen, inside of a week, I predict that our stock will drop lower. And the Federation of Clerks, Cashiers, and Office Workers will announce a plan to unionize it.
That's amazing, Alex. Just amazing. Where do you get your crystal ball?
Doesn't take one.
Harold was astute enough to point out that the person behind all this had a knowledge of law. You wouldn't have any idea of...
Of what, Roscoe?
I say you knew of this. I say that your affair with this woman while your wife remains gravely ill...
Don't talk of my wife.
I say that your affair with this woman takes precedence over the interests of this bank. And I say that you are in collusion with a conspiracy to destroy my work with Sonatco and destroy my chances of the presidency.
Gentlemen, please.
Funny how some people give motives to others that they have themselves.
I'm with Roscoe.
Surprise.
You haven't answered the charge.
Well, I can't tell if Roscoe's finished.
Sarcasm won't do it, Vandervoort.
We're back to a last name basis?
Alex, terribly serious things have been said.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. I thought a little levity might match their absurdity. I voted against Sonatco for the reasons I gave. I still have those reasons. And they've been brought into sharper focus by this critical situation. We're in danger, plain and simple. We've got to restore funding to the Forum East housing project.
And set a precedent?
Precedent for being blackmailed.
Precedent for being responsive to the needs of the community.
And the tactics of extortionists. I move we bring this matter to a vote. Our commitment with Sonatco or the rabble of Forum East.
Second the motion.
Now, wait. We're being premature.
But, Alex, the bank is paralyzed. We can't let it spread.
We're making a terrible mistake.
I've seconded the motion. It's before the...
Stock. Where will it be tomorrow, next week?
I move the vote be called.
Second.
Point of order.
A motion's been made to vote on the motion. Those in favor?
Point of order. The motion has not been properly
Alex,
made.
I'm generally on your side, but you're being an obstructionist.
I warn you about nitpicking in Robert's rule.
All right. The hell with it.
Vote. Those in favor of Sonatco signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? No?
No. I move for a show of hands.
Right here, second.
And I just wanted you to remember yourselves with your hands in the air.
But not both hands in surrender.
Jerome, look, would you please delay the announcement?
I think not. Let our position be clear as soon as possible.
Now you're free to tell her.
How should I quote you, gentlemen? Let him eat cake?
Yes, that has a nice ring to it.
All day, men, women, children, standing out there all day. And where did it get us? Nowhere.
They don't care. The TV, the radio, they just tell us to drop dead.
If ever you had a good idea, I hope you got one now.
I don't know that I do, but if there was ever a time to use our heads, it's now. You couldn't be any more insulted or outraged than I am. But we heard other things on the news. That our bank in today was one of the most remarkable demonstrations anywhere at any time. That it was almost 100% effective.
Almost.
Look, I'm not going to insult you with a lot of jive about a great victory. We lost. We brought our case to the people of this city and this country, and we lost. We drove the stock of First Mercantile down, and we lost. And they told us to you-know-what.
Yeah, well, I've got a message.
Let her finish, Dink.
I may be finished, Deacon. But something inside me says that while we lost today, we can win tomorrow.
Look, lady, you said you weren't going to jive us.
It's up to you to decide whether or not it is. Every newspaper, television, and radio station is waiting for our reaction tomorrow. The bank stonewalled us. I say we can stonewall, too. Let's see how high and mighty they are after a week.
Right on. Way to go.
It's not just the poor people that are behind us. We've got union muscle, too.
That's right, there we is.
If we keep the pressure on, they can't ignore us.
They can kill us.
No, they can't. Not if we stay peaceful.
You're a fool, lady. I like you very much, but you're a fool. Now, Deke, you be the first to say if I'm wrong. Money talks, and money's in the banks.
People's money.
I mean real money. Big business, conglomerates. Yeah, I know that word. Big newspapers, TVs, radios. Lady, you beat a bank, you're dangerous to them. To the economy, the establishment. So tomorrow we're back again. We're banking in. And they get nervous and have meetings. And the next day we're still there. And now they're scared, because they couldn't run us over. Do you want to know what happens next?
They'll say it's a communist-inspired demonstration. Those lies don't work anymore.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. Remember last year, the sit-in at the airport toilets? That was last year, and the councilman that called it communist-inspired was laughed right off the floor.
Okay, so they won't try it, but they've got other tricks.
We can handle anything they throw at us.
Not this one. Those cops out there, just doing their jobs, getting their orders from higher up. Suspected parole violator among the demonstrators. So they check ID. And let me tell you, lady, you go to the richest white church in the city, and you look long and hard enough, and you're gonna find somebody with dirt on them.
Amen.
Say that again, brother. Amen. So one of us, just one of us out of hundreds, isn't all that clean. So the cop comes over to put the handcuffs on him. And maybe the cop says something. And we're witnessing his shame, so he says something back. The cop don't like it, so he pushes him. And he pushes him back. And damn it, lady, you want me to write the headline?
Then we'll spread the word and no parole violator will take part in the demonstration.
All they gotta do is say he's a violator. That's the way they've been doing it.
But wait a minute. You know what you've just done is to manufacture a whole story that hasn't even happened.
Hasn't happened? Woman, where have you been? That's the way they do it.
They don't do it to us. We've got to have faith.
Faith? Now you sound like a preacher. Well, I've got faith in money. It's used to buy power and a whole lot of other things. But I just ain't for sale. Come on.
The only way that you can help Forum East is to work within the law. You're giving away your only chance. Please listen to me. Please. You're just playing right into their hands if you try to do anything with force.
People can only take so much. Then they can't take any more. Else they lose their self-respect. We just want to keep our heads up.
Tragedy is that it didn't have to happen.
No? I don't remember hearing any alternatives.
But I was still trying.
While the people were still waiting.
I wanted to talk to them, remember? Get me Mr. Wainwright. And Roscoe's got a pretty good idea of who staged this whole thing.
You know what he can do.
Oh, brilliant. What a brilliant, intelligent response from an attorney. Yes? All right. Well, tell him it's urgent. I repeat, urgent.
Go on, why don't you call in the police and the National Guard while you're at it?
I really think you'd like that, huh? World War III. The FMA bank is being guarded day and night.
Worried about your image?
Just what did you hope to accomplish by that little demonstration?
It wasn't so little.
And that wasn't so funny.
It wasn't meant to be. That demonstration was orderly and legal.
It was also a red flag to a bull. You know what Haywood tried to make of it?
I don't care about
But others
that,
do. He sold him the idea that I was in collusion with you in that bank-in order to embarrass him and get the presidency for myself. You know, there was a small flame of hope for Forum East. It was almost out. Still, it was flickering as long as I had a voice. But you blew it out.
You sound as though you were embarrassed.
Embarrassed. I was betrayed.
Betrayed? You were betrayed?
What in God's name do you think those people were? They're betrayed every day by hunger, sickness, crime. Too many days of idleness with nothing to do but to think of tomorrow being the same. I know because I work there. But at least at night I get to go home.
Which is where you ought to go right now. Hello. Nolan, take a look at our security strength. Just a precaution. Sure. Well, low profile. Now! Just don't tell me that you're sorry.